Welcome to BISP Solutions. I'm Siyanshi Jain, and today we will see advanced features of FCCS. We have 3 additional members in FCCS then we can enable while creating the application. So those 3 members are translated currency input, parent input, and contribution input. Translated currency input enable us to enter the currency adjustment journal to any input currency. Then parent input provides for data entry to the parent-child combination in the currency of the parent. Last, contribution input provides for data entry that has already been proportionalized and reclassified as required. Now, when we create the application, we need to, if we want these options in our applications, then we need to enable these options: translated currency input, parent input, contribution input. So while creating the application, I've already input these options. So when I've already enabled these options, this is how my application look like. This is my application, FCCS application. I will go to dimensions and let's have a look at the hierarchy after enabling this options, how my hierarchy look like. So it will be under consolidation. So in the consolidation, this is FCCS contribution input. Then this is the first member, and it is parent. It is the child of the FCCS contribution total. Then we have FCCS parent total. Under the FCCS entity total, we have FCCS translated and currency input. So this is my second second member, and this is under the FCCS parent total. I have my third member, FCCS parent input. So I have all my third members in this hierarchy after enabling those options: FCCS contribution input, FCCS parent input, and FCCS translated currency input. Today we will see FCCS translated currency input. So what does it help in our FCCS application? When we enable this option, translated currency input, and generally what we do, okay, let's enable this option. Firstly, this option enable us to enter the translated data in the journal and post the values to the input currency members rather than entity currency. Like uh, normally what we do when we perform the consolidations, what we do, we use the we input the data in the entity currency, and then this entity currency, and this entity currency matches the currency of the entity's parent. The value is then copied from the input currency member to the parent currency member. This is without translation, the normal case of consolidation. But when we use the translate business rule to translate reporting currencies, so if the input currency matches with the reporting currency, the value is copied to the reporting currencies without translation. So now figures will get copied to reporting currency instead of entity currency. So let's enable let's configure these options also. So this is application. Let me show you the options that have enabled. This is enable features. So translated currency input, parent input, and contribution input are enabled in my application. Let's close this. You can enable it afterwards also, after creating the application also, but it's advisable to create at the time of creation of application. And these options are enabled as per the requirements. So we will go to application, overview, and now we will go to dimension. Under dimension, we will go to data source. Under data source, we have these options. Let's drill it down. So we have total input and adjusted. Okay, so what we will do, we will make a child to total input and adjust it. So we'll select this option, total input and adjust it, and select this, add child, and we will create one child. Number of members to add, it is 1. So we will write 1 and click on apply. And let's name it as total journal. Okay. Its parent is FCCs, total input and adjusted. Let's change its data storage property to dynamic calc. Console data storage also to dynamic calc, and data storage also to dynamic calc. And then let's save it. Now, this is FCC's journal input. We will change its parent to total journal, the member that we have just created. So we will change its parent to total journal. Rest all the things will remain same, and then we will click on save. Now we will drill down this total journal. We have one member journal input. Now we will create one more member under the total journals. We'll select add child, where as we're adding only one child, a number will be 1, and we will click on apply. So let's name it as DS underscore USD. Rest things will remain same. What will change is source data type would be journal, and its source currency type would be USD. And then we will save it. Now we will define the rates. We will go to data. Under data, single period, we will define the exchange rate. This is single period. As we have two currencies, USD and CAD, Canadian dollar. So for USD, as it is my reporting currency, exchange rate and average rate and ending rate will be 1. But for CAD, my average ending rate would be 0.50, and for ending exchange rate, it would be 0.75. And then let's save it. So the data has been saved. Now let's pass the JV, the journal entry for the cash adjustments. So let's go to Consolidation Journal. So let's check for the POVs, scenarios actual, financial year 15, period January, view periodic, consolidation, entity input. And let's click on create to pass the JV. So label, let's provide the label as cash adjustment. Standard. Then journal type would be regular. Then data source would be journal input. And I will save it. And then I will click on create. My entity would be E underscore 102. Account would be cash. Then intercompany would be no intercompany. Movement will be changes in cash. Changes in cash. Multi-gap will be local gap. Product will be no product. And let's debit the amount as 1000. And then let's copy this entry and then create a new one, the credit side of it. So entity would be same, and my entity, this entity has the reporting has the currency as CAD. Now let's take it as bank. So 44400. Intercompany movement will be same, multi-gap, product will be no product, and the amount will be under the credit side 1000. So there is zero variance. Let's save it first. Let's validate our entry also. We'll click on scan. It has no errors, so we'll close it. Now we will submit this entry. Wait. Let's click on submit. Then we will go to approve. You can write the any comments we want. And let's click on approve. Okay, the period is not open. So let's open the period first. Let's close this. Let's go to manage periods. Open January. And let's open February also. Though we don't have any work in February, let's open it also. 2 of the months. Now we will go to Consolidation Journal. And we have this entry of ours. Now we will approve it. It will get approved now because the period has been open now. Click on approve. Now we will post it. Then we will click on post. So our entry has been posted. Let's close this now. Now we will pass one another entry, but it's under the consolidation translated currency input. Entity total. And we have translated currency input. Rest of the POVs will remain same. Scenario actual years 2015, period January, and view periodic, and then we will select OK. Let's click on create. Let's label it as cash adjustment. Cash adjustment. Parent currency. Now its journal type would be regular. Now its data source would change. It would change to DSUSD. We'll click on save and pass the entry. Click on create. Entity would be same, E underscore 102. Account would be same again, cash. Intercompany would be no intercompany. Movement would be changes in cash. Multi-gap will be local gap. Product would be no product. Amount would be, now amount would also change. The amount would be 750 as we have provided the exchange rate. We'll click on create for the second credit part of it. We will credit bank. No intercompany changes in local gap, and then credit 750. No way. So we will submit this entry. We will click on save, and now we will submit this entry. So we'll click submit. So our entry got submitted. Then we will approve it. Then we will post this entry. So our journal entry has been passed. Okay, so let's close this. And now let's see the result in the smart view. This is the smart view I've created. Let's check the results for the, let's refresh it and check the results for the entry that we have passed. Okay, this entity has been, we have taken in the journal entry, we have taken the entity as East 102 and here it is 103. So let's change it and let's check for the results. Let's refresh it. Okay, so we see that 1000 and we get the result 1000 and minus 1000 under consolidation, what we have written, journal input, and then under DSUSD we are getting the result 750 and minus 750. So that is, we have inputted the figures. Now in order to check whether this rule is working, let's first perform the consolidation. Now let's go to application again and we will perform the consolidation. So this is rules. Click on consolidate. So my entry is E underscore 102. Enter period is January. Scenario is actual. Year is 15. So we will click on launch. So my consolidation ran successfully. Now I will go to my output sheet to have the view of my output. What output I'm getting after consolidation. My entity has been changed here. So let's first change my entity. And here I have shown the different aspects of the dimension. Like for suppose, I've shown I've taken the entity currency, parent currency, USD. On various aspects, I've shown the results. Then again, I've taken the journal input. Then I've taken DSUSD. Then I'm showing the result on entity total, entity input, translated currency input. So basically, I've taken all these in order to just show what results we get on different POVs, different intersections of POVs. Okay, so we have run the consolidation. Now we will click on refresh to view the results. Okay, so we got the results. This is the as it is entry that we have passed 1000. So this is as it is the entry of 1000 that we have passed. Now this 500 we are getting due to the average that rate that we have provided of 0.5. This entry we are getting as a result of consolidation. Okay, now this 750, this is again the result of the journal entry that we have passed. And this 750 is not the result of is not because that we have performed the consolidation. It is because that we have inputted the figures in it through JV. We are not getting this 750 as a result of consolidation. We are getting 500 as a result of consolidation. Now this 250, we are getting this 250 on the total effect from foreign exchange. So this is the system defined foreign exchange. It has made the adjustment of 250 to adjust the closing balance. Our closing rate was 0.75, right? So it has calculated the balance. In order to balance the closing balance, it has made the adjustment of 250. So we are getting 250 under total effect from foreign exchange. Okay, now we have just performed the consolidation. We have not performed the translation till now. So let's perform the translation also and check what results we get. So we will go to our application again and we will perform the translation. This is translate. Now we will translate on USD reporting. My reporting currency is USD. So I'm showing the, I'm doing the translation on USD. You can take the currency, your reporting currency. So my entity is 102, period is Jan, scenario is actual and 15 financial year. So we will click on launch. It also ran successfully. Then I have translate. I've taken all the POVs as same and I've made this, I'm showing the translate and in the separate sheet in order to have a clear view of the effect. Let's change the entities because our entity is East 102. Okay, now here all the things are same except that I'm showing I've taken the result as I'm showing the result on where is my currency, on USD reporting. It is just that I'm showing the result on USD reporting. So where is my USD reporting? I've defined it. Okay, let's refresh it and let's check for the results. This should be USD reporting. Let's change it. Because obviously we have done the translation at that only. Let it be parent currency. Okay. So we are seeing the result on USD reporting. Okay, so this 1000 is as it is. This is the translation effect that we are getting. Okay, now when you see that, and this is the 750 that we have input. Okay, this is also as it is. Now we can see that this total effect system generate defined foreign exchange, it is not giving us the difference on under USD reporting. Okay, it is not giving us the result. Why? Because it is giving us the result. We have directly inputted the 750. So we have directly inputted the figures. Instead of giving the adjustment value, it is showing the value that it should have been posted on. So this is how my translation input effect work. It is rest is all the same. We need to see the result on this USD reporting only, and it is not showing us the result. It is showing the result on USD reporting here, and the similar amount is showing that we have inputted. So we have provided 750, it is showing us 750. So that is for today. Thank you. For any queries, please reach out us at www.bispsolutions.com.